Nearly 80% of the staff at the Forensic Science Center are women in Wichita, including the center's 2 firearms examiners. KAKE's Hannah King introduces us to Sara Rogers and shares how she aims to solve the crimes.
43 people work here.
So basically, this is a Glock 19 Gen 4 semi-automatic pistol.
34 of those employees are female.
This is one of the first things I learned here. I feel like a lot of times gun enthusiasts, because that's who you would assume would be in a position like this, would be a man typically, by stereotype.
What's a firearms examiner?
Firearms examiner basically is someone who their primary goal is to analyze ammunition components and determine if they were fired by a particular firearm.
So this is your office.
It is my
Is it
office.
cool? Is it scary? Tell me about it.
It's probably a little bit of everything. So it is pretty cool because, you know, we have all of these really cool toys that we can use to see if something was fired by a particular firearm. Maybe it's a little bit scary because I don't really love test firing firearms a whole lot, but that is part of my job, so.
To me, I would imagine someone who's in this position would love guns. Do you? I mean, did you grow up liking guns, or is this just something you just kind of stumbled upon and you love it now? Or tell me about this.
Yeah, so I actually didn't grow up with firearms at all. I'm from a state where firearms are pretty heavily regulated, and I had never even really touched a gun before I started here. So I just kind of something I stumbled into. I wouldn't say I'm a big lover of firearms or anything at this point, but it's my job.
So you didn't grow up with them, but now you break them apart, you test them, you analyze them. Tell me what you do with a weapon that comes into your hands.
So it depends on what tests the agency asks for. If it's a function test, basically what we do is we just make sure everything's working properly. We check the overall condition of the firearm. And then once we've done all those pre-firing checks, we will test fire that firearm if it's safe to do so.
One of the center's firearms examiners is Sara Rogers. She can determine if something was fired from a particular gun or not, based on what she finds after she wheels up to this table.
Okay, I have to turn on, there's lights on there. This is fired from the same model. Looking at the breech face marks, the aperture shear, and the firing pin impression, and those are all caused during the firing process.
She also compares cartridges, like what she's doing here.
This over here where I'm lining up is aperture shear, and that is caused by the intersection of 2 surfaces. So those are good. And there's 2 lines right there. And I also see these crosshatch marks. These are different guns.
Oh, different.
But they're the same model. So those are pretty different.
With your work, do you, help solve crime?
I like to think so, yeah. I feel like we're helping solve crimes by providing hopefully some answers, whether a particular firearm did or did not fire something, or if there's no firearm, maybe that this group of cartridge cases was fired in the same firearm.
Serving her community with a sense of purpose.
I think a lot of us feel that here.
All with the puzzle she delicately pieces together.
Maybe this firearm was used to take someone's life, and I want to get justice for that person or help in doing so, if I can.
She examines, on average, close to 100 firearms a year.
Whether it's in forensics or not, it's never stop learning. If it's there, take it. Take your chance. 1, 2, 3. It's because you never know what's going to come from it.
Reporting from the Sedgwick County's Forensic Science Center. Hannah King, KAKE News, on your side.
This is the bullet that we just fired.